See you guys again. Oh, I appreciate you. Yeah, those are the Patreon. You see, that's the Patreon people, bro. The people keeping the lights on. Hey, thank you. Yeah. Hey, Chandler, I see you. Thank you, bud. You're new. Hey, hi. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yo, what's up? Today we're going to do part 3 of how to do more damage in Naxx. We're going to do the Spider Wing. That is Anub Rekhan, Faerlina, and Maexxna. I don't know how to say her name. I don't really care about it. But yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to jump right into it. I'm going to talk a little bit about some tips right now. Well, not some tips, but yeah, I guess some tips before we start. And then I'll go over the bosses and in the trash in between, of course, as well. There's timestamps. Navigate yourself wherever you need to go. Hit the follow button. Let's get started. All right. First thing you need to do, as always, is to look at your kill timer. This is very important because these 3 bosses right here are the shortest 3 bosses in the raid pretty much. So as you can see, this log is from the 27th. This is 3 weeks ago. And our kill times was, in the example of Anub Rekhan, is 1 minute and 2 seconds. Right now, I think we're at like 45, 50 seconds. In these examples here, you need to watch your doom. It's very important for your doom timers. Obviously, Anub Rekhan, you're probably not going to get a doom off, right? Unless you have an exact 60-second kill again. That's double agony. You got double agony. You got a double agony. In a case of if you're getting any kind of kill times, this is also if you're going slower too. If say you have 2 minutes and 14 seconds, this is any fight throughout the expansion that goes on minute intervals, right? Just make sure you get some dooms off. Watch your doom timers. I know you should, if this was your log, you would know next week, I probably am not gonna get a doom off because we're going faster every week. You're not gonna get a doom off. You're probably not gonna get a doom off. You might be able to, but maybe you're not gonna meta and then doom, you know? Maybe you just put doom up right away just because you don't want to wait that extra like 5-10 seconds or whatever. So doom timers are super important. What else here? There's something else I wanted to talk about on logs too. What was it? Oh no, I'm gonna do a log video at some point. Like how to go over your logs from a warlock perspective, and I'll talk about it then. Yeah, so kill times are very important. And then also, as always, consumables. Use your consumables, right? You have a flask on, Flask of the Frostworm. You have Spellstone and only Spellstone on. You got Fish Feast or your Firecracker Salmon or Snapper Extreme if you need to hit. You got Help Me. There's one more. I don't know what it's called. Help. Oh, Flame Caps. Thank you. Hey. Flame Caps. I'm not going to talk about them. You already know. You need to use them. I know they're expensive. I know. Okay. Use them. Execute range. That's all we're going to say. God, they're so expensive. Like, Blizzard should just put like a whole bunch in there. Faster spawn times on the flowers or something, bro. They're so crazy. Or like not make every class need them. Nerf them. How about that? Nerf the flame caps. Just get them out of the game. Anyway, use your consumables. I think we're good. There's trash up to this part, wasn't there? Oh yeah, I don't have the trash up to this part. I'm sorry. Back up a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. Do not blow your meta here. I did, but yeah, don't blow your meta here. Don't blow your meta here. No, I didn't blow it. I'm just kidding. There's no need to. Unless you know for sure you're gonna get your meta back in a W situation. I don't get my meta back. I don't have time to meta here and go in here and pull, right? I just run in there, seed, get your Shadow Flame off if you're in there, if you want to, and you're moving. Run back up here, seed, and then you're at the boss. Now, this can hurt you a lot. I did it one week where I got all horny. I was like, yeah, meta the skitterers. I meta emo or the skitterers. We ran into the boss. I didn't have it for the fight, right? So in a situation where you know that you, right now, for instance, pretend you use meta. If you know they're going to wait for you, then go ahead and use it. If not, don't use it. All right. Now, next thing about this fight. Pause. Can I get a good little pause with all 3 of them? There's 3 guys here, right? So there's 25 men. Technically, these right here, these crypt guards, whatever they're called, they count on your parse. So if you're watching this in terms of parse, if you didn't know that, they count as your parse. So the proper way to do this on your parse is literally to go meta emo and then seed. You just seed one of these. Obviously seed off the ad, right? Because you want your seed damage to do the boss. You do want the boss to die faster. Now, that's you guys. I personally am not seeding here. You will pretty much never see me seed here. I think I did for a joke a couple times, but I don't seed here. I don't like seeding here. I don't think you should be seeding here. This is strictly the boss dies. The faster the boss dies, the better you're going to do. Usually, the better the raid does. You want the boss to die. Now, that being said, seed to your heart's content. Just know that if you're not seeding, it'll be a little bit harder for you to get your parse, just slightly. Now, just in terms of doing regular damage, you're going to see here, I don't seed them. So just a heads up there. Now, anyway, for this fight, I do keep corruption up. I don't keep up immolates on there, right? And I think that if I was to seed them, I would immolate and corruption and then seed them. Everything would be dotted and I would be seeding, right? But I don't do that. I've just put corruptions up for molten core procs. I put corruption up for molten core procs, and then I'm looking for something very, very important. The most important thing of this fight is for one of these crypt guards to fall under 35%, and then you can easily throw a shadow bolt at them, whether rank 1 or a max shadow bolt, get your decimation proc, and you're feeding it into the boss, right? And then you're feeding it to the boss. And more importantly is you're re-upping on that snipe. Okay, say this is at 35%, he's at full, I'm getting my decimation off the crypt guard, and then I'm throwing him into the boss, right? Now, the crypt guard's at 20%. We're not hitting him. I'm not hitting him. I'm just still soul firing. But that's only a 10-second buff or whatever, right? So as I'm soul firing, my soul fire is going to run out. I just turn away real quick and refresh my decimation buff, and then I'm back into the boss, you know? Other than that, I just corruption on both of them to get molten cores procking. I wait for lust. Lust goes out. I'm going to pop my meta, my Emora, and my corruption. I mean, my meta, my immolate, and my corruption, right? And then I'm going to put Doom up. I think in this exact example, when I watched it, I did not put Doom up. I don't know why I didn't put Doom up in this example, but I didn't. I actually had that problem a couple times where my mind doesn't put Doom up. That's just me being dumb, right? Don't do that, obviously. Watcher I have right now, I'm pausing it. Right now I have molten core procs. I hope to God that I use them, but if not, you should know to use them. Get something like this to track them if you're not watching them, or the weak ore. Sometimes that's not enough to get my attention. Either way, molten core procs, keep them up. I still haven't put Doomed up. I honestly think I go this whole fight without a Doom. That doesn't matter. I'm telling you to Doom, so that counts, right? Anyway, start blasting. I'm using my incinerate procs that I'm not doing. Notice there, if I rewind it real quick, I put a portal down. This is very important. I put a portal down here. First off, when he hits in his cone, I don't know if, I actually don't even know if it's a conal or not, but wherever direction he hits, it's in front of him. It's in front or whatever. It hits that section, like, right? It'll hit me and everybody in this section, or it'll go this way and hit everybody in this section, and then everybody in this section. Put a portal down, so if it hits you, you can pour it back down. That's easy. I didn't even catch it quick enough. Right now, right now, he's gonna turn around, he's gonna hit me in the air, and he's hit everybody in this little stretch. See, we're all in the air, and I'm gonna port right back down, and I can keep blasting. Be a little faster on the port though. Do it faster to me. Corruption's back up. I still haven't used my molten core procs right now. Oh, let me rewind it. I'm getting carried away. Let's watch these ads real quick. There's the portal I port down. We're looking at the ads right now. The ads are at 32 and 37. Right now, should be a rank 1 Shadow Bolt out at any time. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I know I do it at some point, but ignore what you're watching, okay? Just know that right now, you have the boss, you have a 32%, you have a 37%, right? That's under 35%. Shoot a Shadow Bolt at that. I like to do rank 1 Shadow Bolts. I tier it all the time. The reason I think it's better is because I want as much uptime on Anub Rekhan as I can. I'm only going to break that uptime to get my decimation proc. If I could do that instantly, I would, but I can't. So I need to cast. I want to use the fastest cast so I can get back onto Anub Rekhan and keep throwing soulfires into them, right? So I'm going to snipe the guard with it, and I'm going to spam soulfires into them. I think if in a situation where you're seeding this, I would still seed. I would still be seeding because it's 3 targets. I would seed them until it got down to like the crypt guard was just about to die, like 5%. And then I would do a snipe real quick, and then I would run them in a Anub Rekhan and kind of just go from there. You could do that, or you can seed until like right now and then stop seeding and do soulfire. But I think unless you crit the soulfires, I think the damage would be more overall if you're seeding. That's if you're a seeder. I'm not a seeder on this. I mean, yeah. Hey, you can check the Warlock Discord, your one-stop shop for everything Warlock related if you really want to know the answer. Okay, I'm sniping. I'm just going to soulfire. I haven't sniped yet. There's my snipe. There's my soulfire. In a perfect world, you snipe out sooner than that. This is just me being not a good raider right now. Don't worry about that. That's why I'm physically telling you. Right now, I did it here. I think I do it right here. So I have 10 seconds on my timer right here. I have 7 seconds. You're going to see me at some point. It's falling off. And I notice that this guy's going to die here soon. I notice it. I just did a rank 1 Shadow Bolt, a really quick one, just so I can snipe it back in there and keep my buff up. And now I re-got my decimation, right? So I can throw it into the boss again. You can do it again if you want, but this kind of like no point. There are some times when you'll do it and like I've done it like rank 1 and they'll still die and I just do a Shadow Bolt for no reason, which is another reason I use rank 1 Shadow Bolts. If the target's at 3%, sometimes I can get a rank 1 Shadow Bolt off out of my hands and into the guy and get decimation, right? But then sometimes I can't get a full Shadow Bolt off because it's a 2.5 cast or whatever it is. Anyway, yeah, that's the fight. So big on the fight is to, well, seed if you're parsing. If you're not parsing, run in there, put your dots up, put corruptions up on everything because you want your molten core procs and you want your, well, I guess it's free damage, even though it's not that much damage, but you want your molten core procs more than anything. Use your incinerates on the boss. Use Doom like I did not do just now, but use Doom the whole time, right? You can get 1 Doom off. Actually, oh, is that why I didn't Doom now that I think about it? Or why I didn't Doom? Because I knew it was under a minute. No. Yeah, that's why I didn't Doom. It's under a minute. Remember this fight was a minute and 2 when we first started. I'm not gonna lie to you though, I didn't know that at this time. Like at this time when I was doing this 3 weeks ago, I had no idea. I forgot. I'm telling you, I forgot Doom because I remember going over my log with chat and be like, damn, I forgot my Doom. Yeah, so don't forget your doom. This pack here, I don't blow meta here, but you can, or actually, you know what? I blow, if you're holding W, I blow meta here. Now I blow meta here. I didn't do it in this footage, but I know that I can now. Faerlina is coming up. And when I personally blow meta here and we go through these skitterers, the next skitterers, and the big like pack of like followers, right? Meta has like 14 to 20 seconds left or something. I remember this week it was like 15 seconds left, right? So now I'm not going to, because I'm not gonna have them wait for 15 seconds. But we have like our max is like 55 minutes on our standard raid. So it's like, I'm not gonna have them wait 50 seconds. So you're more than, if you're watching this, you're more than likely okay to blow a meta here. But this is something where you need to watch your time, right? Or if you guys are waiting, like most guilds will wait to get a pre-pot, then you're okay. Then blow a meta here. I also use a rocket boot here. This is one of my favorite rocket boot sections. This is my first time I would use rocket boots. You can use them before a noob to get to a noob, but if you're just ahead of your raid, you can't pull, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I do boot here. Yeah, I boot here anyway, and then I actually switched to my rocket boots. I have 2 pairs of boots on, or I'm switching from my rocket boots back to my other boots. That's just so I can keep up. You want to be up with the tank as much as you can. The more you're up with the tank, the more damage you're going to do overall. This is for those overall pumpers. Yeah, I know it's cool. Okay, first off, I know it's cool to do damage. I know parsing's cool. I know boss damage is cool. But you know what else is dope? At the end of the day, when you go to your logs, you see right here, overall damage, right? That's what you see. That's what everybody sees on the page of the logs, right? Not bosses right away. If you only do boss damage, you do AFK for trash damage, guess what? You might be doing great on boss damage. I'm not going to use, obviously not him as an example because he's pumping both, but you're doing great on boss damage, but then you look like you're this on overall, because on the overall at the end of the day, because you're not doing anything on the trash, right? And then the more people that do trash, most classes make a very, even if you feel like you're not making a difference on trash, most classes are making a very big difference on trash. And I think you guys should really focus on min-maxing trash a little bit more. Everybody in the world, even me. Anyways, continue. And oh yeah, rocket boots helps you do that. If you're not engineering, then just disregard that, but still try to keep up. Skitterers, trash. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we already know what to do there. Yeah, just blow them up, blow them up, blow them up, blow them up. Make sure not to use your sapper coming up. This is what a problem that I have if you're engineering. My grenade is off. I use my grenades with my thing, right? He's gonna pull all these. I have 30 seconds on my explosive to cooldown. For the 4-pack, you want to not sapper. I mean, you want to not don't sapper, don't accidentally grenade. If you're using like the macro, like I told you to, that seed but throws grenades for you. I see how I have 2 seed buttons down there, right there. That's why, because one throws it, one doesn't. And so I know not to throw the right one, so I don't actually throw it, and then I can meta, or then I can sapper the Faerlina pool. Whether you pull this, whether you pull this with all 4 or 2, good, just seed. Don't blow meta unless you are able to meta here and then wait for 2 minutes. Then that's on you, bro. But don't meta this as much as it, dude. I got to meta it 1 time on beta because I knew that we were going to explain this fight, so I got to meta this, and it was still the juiciest pull I've ever seen in my life. Pretty much, it was so much fun. Anyway, you can shadow ward this to help with a little bit of damage, so you should shadow ward it. Just, you know, click a little shadow ward, help a little bit, because they do some damage. And then seed them down. Don't blow anything. Don't accidentally sapper. Don't, you know, accidentally throw a Saronite Bomb. Don't do anything. Just kill them. Put a portal up here. This is so you can port out. Okay, on to Faerlina. This fight is a lot of fun. Why? Because we do a lot of damage. Now, the first thing to take note about this fight is that there is Faerlina, right? And then there's 3 worshippers and then 2 followers. 2 followers, 3 worshippers. The worshippers do not count on your parse at all. They don't count on your logs. They don't count on anything. But the followers do. Right, so this looks like so you get to seed it. Pretty much what I'm saying. You get to seed it. It's not one of those things where, oh yeah, melee gets to cleave it and natural cleave. You actually get to seed this. So it's gonna look like you putting ISB up, or as long as another warlock puts ISB up, and then you want to seed as much as you can, because these worshippers actually die kind of fast. But more importantly, you need so many things. Most importantly, you need to watch your meta and your emo aura, right? Because what I was doing wrong, which I think I even do in this footage because I'm not perfect, is I would like meta and the emo aura, or do whatever. I mean, not meta, but emulate corruption. I would do my normal rotation, and then I would go in there for like, well, maybe you're waiting for threat or whatever. Get that out of your head, bro. As soon as the fight starts, I'm gonna meta. I'm gonna go in. I don't do it here, but now I know I'm going to, right? I'm gonna meta. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna emo aura, right? Because I want full value out of my emo aura. This also doubles as this boss has a silence, right? So you see I'm on my portal already. Put a portal up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do your do everything. Do your opener, right? Go in there. Emo aura out. As soon as the emo aura is done, port back, and you won't get a silence, right? And if you see yourself, maybe you hesitated or you did whatever, just get your emo aura out. Miss 1 stack and get out. It's okay. 1 tick, I mean. It's fine. Okay. Another thing that's a very big deal here is your Infernal. Infernal does mega damage on these packs right here. Okay, the big packs. The problem with Infernal is he doesn't give you demonic pack. I mean, demonic knowledge. I don't think there's a couple problems with him. So on single target, 2 targets, even like 3 targets, I prefer Felguard, right? I don't. That's why you don't see me. If worse is if I was AF or Destro, I would love to have my Felguard out as much as possible. That's why you only see me if you watch a whole raid. I'll only use my Infernal on like big juicy packs. Well, I mean any kind of packs on cooldown, but I save it for this fight specifically. Now, Infernal's great. One thing about the Infernal though is you need to make sure that you have your demonic pact up first, so you can't start the fight with them, and you need to make sure that you have a Felguard back out after that 45 seconds or whatever for demonic pact, right? So it'll look like you send your pet in, he gets demonic pact, you summon your Infernal. Demonic pact still in everybody. Infernal goes crazy for a little bit. I don't do it here. I usually wait till everything's dead besides Maexxna or whatever her name is. I mean Faerlina, and then mix the boss up. Faerlina, and then I pull Felguard out, right? Or you just make sure you pull it out before my demonic pact. I think that's wrong. I think you can milk some more damage out if you were to like Felguard everything. I'm not Felguard, I'm sorry. Felguard for demonic pact and then Infernal everything. And then when the worshippers go down, you'll be down to her plus her 2. You'll have Faerlina and the 2 followers, right? I think at that point you pull Felguard back out and just let him cleave heaven it. That's super feels crafty though. So if you have a better way, or what do you, let me know in the comments, bro. We can talk about this together. We can be a team. You know what I mean? Figure shit out together. Anyway. Oh, I think that's everything in the beginning. Hopefully that's fine. Okay. We're waiting. Long pull. Oh, 10 seconds pull timer. Okay, as always, make sure you do a live tap, which I did a little early. You want to do it at like 4 seconds, and you want to pre-potion, then you want to precast the Shadow Bolt. And this thing, I know that we're all precasting our Shadow Bolts. I wasn't not texting, but in DMs with one of the Affliction Locks here. So he's covering the ISB on the opener, and I'm going to seed this, right? That's what I purposely do in a perfect world. There's my pre-potion going out now. Wild magic pre-potion only. Okay, unless you're a personal DPS and they don't care about demonic pact, then you want to go haste. For damage, it's haste. For everything else, it's spell power. I mean, it's we'll spell power. So wild magic. I'm precasting wild magic, scooting up into range. I'm seeding. Now, right here, this is what I'm talking about. I don't do this here. That's why I'm pausing it. I don't do this here. But I would say right now, I'm meta. You meta. This is what I'm going to do. You meta. You immediately go in there. Maybe I'll put a Doom up while I'm running in. Oh, no, I can't make Doom on this fight anymore. If we just looked at the timers, remember, if you can make Doom on this fight, then you should do that. Then like meta and then Doom. So I'm going to meta, and then I'm going to emo aura off rip immediately. I'm going to emo aura. I'm going to sapper. My sapper's on cooldown. Remember how I said make sure your stuff's not on cooldown from the pack before? This is one of those times that I wasn't doing that. So right now, I'm meta. I'm going to go emo aura. Let's see. We can go live with it. Ignore what you're saying. I'm going to meta. I'm going to emo aura, which I'm not super far behind, right? But I want to do it earlier. That one cast, I want to do it earlier, right? Because I want to get out. I get science here, I think. I want to get out before the science is up, right? I go in here. I didn't even pop emo aura, which is another issue. I haven't popped it yet. So I came in here and the first thing I did was Infernal instead of pop that. If we look to see when my demonic pack went up, I'm gonna see how fast he demonic pack this time. Also send him in right away. I do send him in right. Oh, it went up immediately. So I think immediately I do put your ISP up and then you immediately Infernal. If you can get as like the second you see this, you're putting an Infernal up, right? Because it's also one of those things where if the worshippers are dead, right? These worshippers are dead. You're losing a lot of value. You shouldn't even pull out the Infernal. So the sooner you emo aura, the sooner you're Infernal, the sooner the better. That's just my thought process, I think. Anyway, go in there, emo aura, sapper, haste glove enchant. I'll be cheesy enough and tell you that I would be lying to you if I didn't look you in the face and tell you that I've emo aura'd and flame capped. Only on this fight. Only a couple times, bro. Infernal's out, and you seed, and we're blasting. So, and it's not hard to blast. It's not hard to press Seed of Corruption and meta and emo aura. What's going to help a lot is I'm silenced right now. When did I get silenced? I'm silenced. Look how fast I get silenced. Now this whole time, see how 3 casts, I could have already got 2 ticks of emo aura off. There's 3rd tick. There's 4th tick. There's 5th tick. There's 6th tick. Emo aura's off now. It's not because I did it early. It's off right now. Where's my silence? I'm still not silenced. There's my silence. So if you emo aura right on rip, I think you can port the fuck out of there before you get silence. You can. I know you can port out before you get silence, but if you emo aura early, you'll be able to do it. Now right here, I don't do it, but I think right here, because we're down to 3 targets, I think at this point, you Feldom your Felguard out. and you send him back in there. That is for 2 reasons. 1, because it's 3 targets, and these guys are going to die really soon, and you're going to want him on your single target for your demonic knowledge and whatever else. But most importantly, because you might get a higher demonic pact than this, right? Now, when I'm looking at this right now, 375, 2 weeks ago, my max was like 480 something. In my head, I'm going, that could have been 100 more, or that could have been 80 more, or that could have been, you know, so much more, right? Because it can't. It's not going to go lower, right? It's going to go more. So I don't do it here, but I think that once you get to here, I said this so many times, you guys were probably annoyed, but yeah, so I think once you get here, pull that Felgrowth out and let him blast. Another very important thing you can do here is, well, you can seed him. You can be a seed Andy here, or you can do what I do. You can do what I do. You can do what real men do, right? And that's proc your Decimation and Soulfire, bro. Just proc that Deci and Soulfire. Look how stupid I am right now. Look how long I've had Decimation. I just went through a whole Decimation window without doing that. Anyway, ignore what you just saw me do and just know that while you can see this, you can also snipe. Make sure you can snipe a rank 1 off that and feed some Soulfires into Faerlina. So right now I have Decimation. I don't use any of them. But you should, yeah. I even sniped him, which is crazy. So I sniped that guy to get Decimation, and I'm not using it right now. That's just me not paying attention. The reason I said the Doom early is because I can't do it now, but a lot of this fight I would do it right now. There's no curse because I'm so like horny for the AoE. You see how that follower is alive right now? This is such a good example. You see this follower? Oh, beautiful example. So this is an example for anything I've ever said about sniping ads. This is a prime example of this. Right now, that ad is at 10%. I can go, let's wait till this other one dies right here. Okay. In a perfect world right now, you're sniped. I'm sniping. I mean, I'm shadow bolting something like I do just now, and then I'm soul firing into the ground, into the boss. I'm soul firing. I'm refreshing that soul fire on this ad. Boom. I'm back into the soul fire. I'm back into 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 soul fire. I'm going to keep refreshing it, right? You see how this comes up? I have a timer on mine. Keep refreshing it. Sniped it. Boom. This is why you use the rank 1. Snipe it. Boom. You're back in there. You're back in there. You're back in there. This, you see how slow it's dying? You could do this forever. This is just one example, right? I know some guilds kill it faster or slower, but that's just one example of many examples that I can dig up of why you should snipe with rank 1s. I should have an entire video just about why you should be using rank 1 Shadow Bolt. That, or I'm just coped out of my mind. I'm not sure. Yeah, once you're in, and when you're in execute, every now and then toss out a Shadow Bolt. Keep up Immolate and keep up Corruption, like I said. I'm not doing it here because this is old footage. Don't worry about it. Don't judge me, okay? Okay, let me come back to this other thing. Sorry, I had to cut. Okay, had to cut this other one. Anyway, Maexxna is done. We're going to rocket boot up, and then we have some trash pack here. So I like the rocket boot because I want to keep up with everybody. This is also another time where I would switch to my other rocket boots, but they're still on cooldown, so I don't. I blow a meta and then an emo aura. This is to ensure that I get my meta and my emo aura back off cooldown before Maexxna, which I do. I think it comes up a little bit with the pack before, but I don't use it. Try to do as much as you can here. I could probably save the emo aura for that part because this pack is bigger. When chosen between 1 or 2 packs, choose the one that has the most ads in it, right? So you can do your most AoE, kind of common sense. It's kind of why you see that one ad behind us just kind of sitting over here, like the last pack, just trailing people sometimes. It's because nobody can AoE it. No one wants to go kill that. Healers, kill it yourself. Just kidding. Love you. This is another time where I said if my other rocket boots were off cooldown, I would have used them to be ahead of him. The reason you want to do that is because I would already be seeding. I would already be 1 to 2 seed deep. Try not to fucking hit this poison when you jump down. If you guys are skipping this pack over here, that's great. If not, be the first one to seed it. You know, when you hear someone comes, oh, accidentally pull, turn around and start seeding it before everybody gets there. Like, the first thing you want to do is touch them is seed them. You can put detect invisibility on your tank so he can see these shades a little bit easier. Kind of just helps him so that doesn't pop out and just fucking surprised, you know. Then we're going to keep going to the next pack. Like right now, just want to seed as quick as you can. Yep. I don't think we pull this next pack, but if you do, seed it. Right? Oh, we do pull the pack. I think someone else went. Oh, Hunter pulled it. Or Pet pulled it. Seed it. Seed him, seed him, seed him. Emo are still on cooldown. Seed him. Make sure you're incorporating Saronite bombs. I'm trying to think of anything else I can put here. Keep going. See this little pack coming up. Don't worry. If you're moving Shadow Flame, but try not to Shadow Flame. Like I'll Shadow Flame now as I'm moving closer, but don't ever stop seeding to move in to Shadow Flame. You know, that's not smart. We're seeding already. And that's it. We're just, that's seed. We're going into the fight. Okay, so this fight is another fight where it's really short, like I said. So watch your doom timers on it. Otherwise, agony. Oh man, I haven't seen this footage, so I just hope that I do halfway decent in it. Either way, we'll correct ourselves. Okay. We got pre-bot coming up. I'm gonna use my pre-potion. This is a fight where I can't get a precast off. I think it is. Right. And then I'm gonna put my Shadow Bolt up. And then wait for my lust is gonna come out right now. We're lusting, right? So for that first 3 Shadow Bolts, I didn't put any dots up. I don't know why I didn't. I think it was just me not paying attention. I went 3 Shadow Bolts without any dots. You should put up a Corruption at least. When I'm kind of like in that zone, because when I'm in meta, I want to Corruption, Immolate, and Doom. But you don't want to Corruption, Immolate, Doom if you already have it up, right? So if you Shadow Bolt, Immolate, Corruption, we can't Doom again, right? But you get it. If you Shadow Bolt, you shouldn't Doom at all because you can't on this fight. On fights that you can, you want 20% damage on that Doom, you do it in meta. If you don't want 20% more damage on a Doom, then don't do it inside meta. You know what I mean? But you should if you can. Anyway, you don't want to open Shadow Bolt or precast Shadow Bolt, Immolate, Corruption, meta, Immolate, Corruption. Like there's no point. So if you do that where you're holding Lust for 10 seconds, you can go, you know, your precast, your Shadow Bolt, your Emo, your Corruption, your meta, your Doom, your Shadow Bolt, your Corruption, your Shadow Bolt, your Shadow Bolt, your Shadow Bolt, your Immolate, you know, or whatever. Or what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to leave Immolate off. I'm going to try this next week and see how I like it. I'm going to go precast, Shadow Bolt, Corruption, meta, because almost all my bosses when I'm looking at it is I had a little bit of window where I can put up another Shadow Bolt, or I need a filler. I need like one more, very rarely 2 globals, but I need a 1 good something, right? Usually the Shadow Bolt fits that perfectly, but I want to put a Corruption up. Not only is it more damage per cast than the Shadow Bolt, like I mentioned a million times, but you get Molten Cores, and that's two, sometimes that's like what, 2 or 3 ticks of Corruption chances to get Molten Core before you're even going to be in meta, right? Anyway, I'll Shadow Bolt, Corruption, meta, or Shadow Bolt, Corruption, Shadow Bolt, meta, right? Whatever. I pretty much just don't put the Immolate until I'm metaing, unless the meta's late, but we don't ever do it too late, right? If it's within 10 seconds, I'm going to hold it out though. And then I'm going to meta, and then that's it. Go through your rotation. I do like to wait. Like right now, my Dying Curse is not popped, right? Hopefully I wait for it. Yeah, my Dying Curse is not popped. It just procced. And because it just procced, I went Emo Aura, right? So right here, you can see that's my trinket tracker. Here's my Emo Aura right here on the bottom. Okay. I noticed it's not up. It just procced. I immediately Emo Aura, right? Because that's going to be bigger damage. Emo Aura, right? Emo Aura procs with, Emo Aura's macroed with all my cooldowns and my haste enchant. My haste gloves. And then I just try to blast as much as you can. There is ads on this fight. These little web rings that come up. There's 2 big things you can do. One, don't worry about them because they're not on your Parse at all. Now, but what you can do that won't, like, if you want to spin, you can Shadow Flame them. You can Sapper them and Shadow Flame them. Sapper kind of just happens anyway because everyone's going to do it, and it just kind of cheeses the meters a little bit, but not even that much. It's not a big deal. Sapper one. But I don't think you should stop casting on the boss to Shadow Flame. I do this. I've done it all the time pretty much, but I'm not going to do it anymore. So I don't think you guys should because they don't count on the Parses. So why would you? I mean, for the meters, I guess, right? The other thing is the web wrap, web wrap, which I hope that I do right. The spray that comes up, you should make sure it's very important. I do. Good. It's very important that you make sure you have I don't do it. This is exactly why. This is a prime freaking example. Now, I got web sprayed for, what is it, 6 seconds? It's coming up right now, where it's right here. It's going to happen in 6 seconds. Yep. Web spray, 6 seconds. No corruption on the boss. No damage. Why is that bad? I'm not getting any Molten Core proc chances. Just wasting 6 seconds. 6 seconds. Immolate's fine, but corruption bad the whole time. So what you need to do instead is you see this is coming up. You need to make sure when this is at, web spray's coming up here, 10 seconds, whatever. When it goes there, you need to make sure that you put an Immolate up. I did put an Immolate up, but I didn't put a corruption up. Make sure you put a corruption up. Even if like right now it's running out. See how it's running out. 1 second. Clip that corruption. Who gives a fuck? Just clip that shit. Make sure it's up during this time. It's very important. That's about it. You can't really do much else, huh? Hope that you don't get web wrapped or whatever it's called. Shot and web sprayed. Hope you don't get web wrapped. Yeah. And just kind of blast. You're in execute range. You're gonna make sure you pop everything. Pop your flame cap, which I just did. I popped flame cap. Second potion, which would be wild magic. I got web wrapped, of course, so don't worry about it. But pretend I didn't. You get to go into your execute range. You're gonna keep up ISB. You're gonna pop your flame cap macro, which is your second potion if you haven't used it yet, which is wild magic, and then your haste glove if it comes off cooldown again. Spam soul fires and wrap it up. Spam them and wrap them. Well, that's it for this one, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I do. Yeah. Tomorrow morning I'm back. My whole family's been sick. Now everybody feels much better. I'm back to my normal schedule. So tomorrow morning I'll do the what's the last wing? DK wing, Death Knight wing, Human wing, whatever it's called. And then after that I'll do the Saf and KT one, and then not Old War. I have some big Old War shit coming out. You guys are gonna, and don't worry, this is just for you guys to happen to stick this late and watch. I got you. Old War. This stuff's gonna be out before Old War comes out. like I got some big shit I want to do with it. Yeah, but I'll see you guys tomorrow, bro. What's up? Peace. Stay safe out there. Follow the stream. Twitch.tv/CrixVibes. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Peace.